Swarm is successful because it was a passion project. A week ago, League of Legends released their new game mode, Swarm, a bullet heaven type game mode similar to Vampire Survivor, and oh boy, has it been fun. I've legit played this game 20 plus hours since its release and I still haven't maxed out all of my stats. I beat the game on Extreme, but I'm still stuck trying to beat Aatrox on every single champion. There's just something about this game mode that gives me so much joy to grind it. Even though I've died on Aatrox like 10 times in a row now and I want to smash my monitor, the game mode just brings something so fresh to League of Legends that we haven't seen in a while. Okay, actually, while I was editing this video, I got an exclusive comment about Swarm and Arena from the product lead of League game modes himself. Don't ask me how I did that. So at the end of the video, I will be showing you an exclusive comment from the big guy himself. Riot Games just released a blog post on their website talking about PvP and PvE game modes and their future. Here's a few snippets of it. League was first released as a hyper-competitive game and will always have that option for players who want to be the best of the best. That is the beauty of modes. They let you create unique experiences for players that can be so different from League of Legends core gameplay. If your friend group is split on ranked, ARAM, normals preference, Swarm gives people a new way to experience League together. Swarm aims to have something for everyone who enjoys League, and even for people that haven't picked up the game in years. And they're not joking about that, by the way. There are people who have reinstalled the Riot client after 6 years to play Swarm. Imagine that. You haven't played League of Legends or any other Riot games, video game in years, and then this one game mode will bring you back. There is no escape. You will always come back.
Stay in the box! No! Stay in the box! No! Get out of my skin!
Not only is it providing that more low-stakes, co-op way to engage with League of Legends, it's about making this summer event really shine. These are moments that players remember for years. We want Swarm to be the same type of high-touch moment for players. And they also tell us at the end of the blog post that they are happy how Swarm landed. So now we have definitive proof from Riot that yes, Swarm was indeed successful. Although I think we kinda knew that already, since Swarm has kind of left the target audience, which was League players, and it has been played by many players and content creators who wouldn't touch League of Legends even if they were paid to do so. And I think the cooler thing coming out of this success is that a lot of people have found success themselves in Swarm content creation and are trying to make a name for themselves. Getting people hyped to watch completely random people talk about a new game mode, now that's what I call a success. But I think the reasoning why Swarm is so successful is kinda cool, but at the same time, it makes me a little bit mad. If you didn't know, Swarm was originally created by a single guy, Riot Ryan. I already explained this part in my main channel video about Swarm, but I also tell it here since probably not everybody knows the story. See, in 2020-2022, League of Legends was going through a rough time. No new game modes, and all the focus was on esports and ranked. And one of the most vocal people about this was Necrit. He made videos talking about it and also talked about the situation on podcasts. How no new game modes will affect the League of Legends experience negatively in the long run. And one of those viewers was Riot Ryan. And you know what he said? He said, hey shit, let me give it a try. He made the first prototype of Swarm on his spare time. Got it to work, showed it to the higher ups, and 2 years later, here we are. And the best part, Ryan isn't even a developer, but a VFX artist. Yeah, so the banger game mode you're currently playing was created by a guy who is making those cutesy particles in your 57th Prestige Lux skin. Another cool fact, there are currently 9 champions in Swarm, but it was originally only supposed to have 6. Aurora and Saya were added later on, but Riot Vlogs said, I got one more in me.
We originally planned to only ship the top 6 champions for Swarm: Jinx, Seraphine, Leona, Alawi, Briar, and Yasuo. There just wasn't a lot of time to make more, but it felt like the game would be way better if we had a few more, so we worked extra hard and got Aurora and Xayah in. Riven over here was made by a designer from off the team, Phlox, who spent his free time getting her working. She was really last minute, but I'm glad we got her in because she's one of my favorite characters to play and feels totally different from the rest of the roster.
So yeah, Swarm is the love child of multiple writers and people who are technically not even qualified for the job. And I think that is the main reason why Swarm is so successful. Not because there haven't been any new game modes for a while for League of Legends and people just eat all the new content like crazy. I mean, that's a part of it, but no. It is the fact that this whole game mode came to life from the frustration of a content creator and other developers, or in this case a VFX artist, and people genuinely wanted to create something cool themselves. And I know what you're thinking. Wow, Riot needs a content creator and a singular writer making a game mode on his pastime to make something cool. And at that point I say, think about it from a different perspective. How many great games / genres have been created by a single guy or a small group of people? A lot. And how many failed games do we have nowadays that have been technically created by the higher-ups of the company who just want to make a lot of money? Well, also a lot. And that is my point. Swarm and also Arena are only successful because they have passionate people behind it. Of course, at the end of the day, Riot Games, the company, is only here to make money. But to be honest, I would rather get these game modes from time to time because one developer wants to try out something different than getting a cash grab trendy game mode with no soul or passion behind it. And I think a lot of gaming companies should take some notes from Riot from that aspect. Initially, game developers are there to make games they love, not games that make the company the most money. You should listen to them more often. I'm looking at you. And as I said at the start of the video, Riot Cadmus, the head of game modes, actually responded to a DM of mine on Twitter and for some reason gave me information I don't think any other people have yet. I don't think he knows what kind of content I make. Too early to share anything Swarm specific. We'll be diving into a readout in a month or two towards players on how both Swarm and Arena performed and what our plans are. For people who loved it, I'd say two things. 1. Expect more out of League regarding novel game modes and gameplay moments. This has been our target since late 2022, and back-to-back years with Arena and Swarm has hopefully brought up people's hope and expectations for League in this space. So much more to come. 2. For Swarm specifically, we are really happy with how it's been going, and it's exceeded expectations for PvE. Already outperforming Odyssey, our previous peak. I'm pretty sure that isn't said anywhere else. I don't know why he's giving me these stats, but hey, there you go. Swarm has already beat Odyssey's peak. This is clearly a signal for us to say we are interested in talking more about how Swarm fits into our plans long term, but I can't share anything outside of we're talking about it for now. So there you have it. Now we can super confirm that indeed Swarm is successful. And now they're also thinking about turning Swarm into a long-term playable game mode. Although I think it's probably gonna be hard to turn a PvE mode into a replayable game mode for, let's say, years. Because if you compare it to Arena, Arena is a PvP mode and the replayability value is infinite basically. A little bit of behind the scenes. A few months ago we did ask Riot employees at the Riot Summit about turning Swarm into a infinite round game mode, and they said they are gonna be looking into it after the release of Swarm. So guys, it could be a possibility that Swarm will introduce infinite rounds into the game, which will be pretty cool. I wonder what other game modes they are planning, because Riot did say at the same time they are creating future experiences that aim to be new, novel, and hopefully fun? Wait, I got it. They're gonna be making League Clash Royale. Not gonna lie, that actually sounds pretty good.